Thank you so much, Mr. Edison, for this warm welcome. And thanks to all the dignitaries that are on the call, participants. It's a pleasure to be part of this conversation today. Please confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Let me be sure that you can hear me loud and clear.
Loud
Edison?
and loud and clear. Can hear you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I want to formally wish everyone happy Democracy Day. To everyone, we are proud of being a Nigerian and we are celebrating this country together. Awesome, awesome. I can see a lot of comments coming in, a lot of comments coming in the chat. I'll be projecting. Yeah, yeah, thanks. Happy Democracy Day. Thanks. I can see comments coming in. Awesome. All right, I'll be projecting my slides shortly, and I want us to please let's make it engaging. I'm sure that the moderators on the call will help to also capture some of the questions that will be posted so that at the end of my presentation, we can actually be able to discuss further on how we can actually maximize the subject matter for today. Please, while we are doing that, please just put in the chat box what are your expectations from today's session? What are you expecting from today's session? Just put it in the chat. Your expectation from the session today. While I'm bringing up my slide. All right, awesome, awesome. I'm happy that the session is being recorded so we can always catch up on any area that may be missed due to network connectivity because I know network sometimes can be very frustrating. All right, I can see comments coming in. To learn, wow, it's going so fast. Okay, to learn about how to maximize opportunities on social media platforms. Okay, Quadri, awesome. Awesome, 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 Quadri. Azan, to be fully equipped of personal branding, very important, very important, not just corporate branding. When we talk about branding, we always attribute it to just businesses, corporate organizations, products. But I must tell you, in the scope and the field of marketing and sales, you as a person, you are a product. So a product is not just all those tangible things that you see or those services that are offered. You as a person is a product. That's why you see some of our politicians, they tell us their manifestos, we market them, we publicize them so that we can vote for them. So you as a person, you are a product and you must be branded properly. All right, thank you, Azan. We can see more comment bright. To acquire more skills for the future. Very important, very important. The future is very important. Um, to learn the art of networking and putting myself ahead. Like, wow, awesome, awesome. Jerry, I'm hoping to get in-depth knowledge on building my own personal brand, make optimal use of social media. Absolutely, absolutely. And not all social media platforms. So we are going to look at those ones that speaks to your needs as a professional. So it's not just all social media platforms that we are going to be using to actually build our professional outlook. We are going to be looking at those specific ones. And then for entrepreneurs on the call that want to go into the entrepreneurial space, we'll look at briefly how you can also build some kind of brand for your business and also complement your own personal brand with your business. Also, I can see lots of comments, but because of our time, I will not be able to read all of them. But awesome, awesome comments. Awesome. Awesome comments. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. So today we'll be speaking on building a personal brand, building a personal brand using LinkedIn, social media, and networking to create opportunities. I'm so delighted with this topic because it's something that speaks to everyone, everyone. Either you are an entrepreneur, you are the retiree, you are a corporate official, you are an individual aspiring to go into the corporate world. It's a topic that speaks to you as a person. So you must brand yourself effectively. So, and that's what we're going to be looking at. And please position your mind to the field of personal branding now, please. As we look at some of those concepts, start jotting down some of those things that you want to start adjusting on your profiles, please, on LinkedIn profile, how you want to tweak it and adjust it. I've been opportune to support some of my colleagues in different organizations that I've worked with in terms of branding themselves. We do a lot of things, and we actually lost the time to actually showcase some of those things that we do. And it's very important. It's part of branding. It's not just about doing them internally. You want to use that brand element to showcase yourself, to position yourself in the mind of possible recruiters, in the mind of possible investors, people that will be interested in what you offer. And that's why we need to continuously talk about this topic of personal branding, and particularly using LinkedIn to build that brand and network. All right. So in terms of table of contents, we'll be looking at what personal branding is, and then we'll look at personal brand management skills and the etiquette in the virtual space. Some of us, we don't take note of that, those etiquettes in the virtual space. And then we'll elevate our personal brand with some professional headshots. So I'm going to talk about what kind of image headshot should you have on your professional platforms, on some of those social media platforms that you attribute as professional. We'll talk about them briefly, and then we'll look at tips for branding on LinkedIn, and then mistakes to avoid. I've seen lots of mistakes. People now today talk about their marriage on LinkedIn, and I'm surprised. Okay, marriage on LinkedIn, interesting. Why do we have that? So there are some mistakes we need to avoid on LinkedIn, and we're going to look at that briefly, and then we'll rub minds together. So please, moderators, please. I can see Jerry laughing. Yes, it's actually funny. I've seen that before. They'll post their marriage. I just got married, and they talk about their wife. And I'm wondering, okay, is that really necessary? All right, so let's move on quickly because of our time. Learning objective. My expectation is that at the end of this 1 hour, 30-minute session, we should be able to effectively define what a personal brand is. Be able to look at it as a differentiating factor from a corporate brand. We will have that understanding of what personal brand is and explain the importance for our professional growth. That is my own objective expectation in actually meeting some of the objectives that you have written in the chat box also. And then would develop a comprehensive digital skills that enhances personal branding and professional growth. So that's where we look at some of those social media platforms and how we can actually develop that digital skill that will help us maximize those platforms. Trust me, those platforms are there for us to actually showcase our experience, our field, our skills to the outside world, not just within this confined geographical area where you are located, but even outside of this territory, of this country. Currently, I also service, by the grace of God, professionals in terms of learning and development, which is a field I have concentrated on for the past over 9 years now. And I've been able to service professionals from different Pan-African countries, all thanks to LinkedIn, that has given me that exposure. So I want us to actually be able to see that there is value in all of these platforms. Today, I do programs for individuals, companies in Senegal, in Kenya, in Sierra Leone, in different countries. And I must tell you, it's just as a result of LinkedIn. So trust me, it's a platform that you want to maximize. And then we'll look at some guidelines in developing a good brand positioning. We want to position ourselves in the mind of some strategic people, in terms of recruiters, in terms of investors, business owners that will be interested in what you have to offer, irrespective of where you're coming from, either from a business perspective or a professional perspective. Yes, thank you. I can see a lot of comments coming in. Thank you for the compliments. And then we'll understand what networking is. I know somebody mentioned earlier that you want to be able to really network. And we're going to be doing this networking via social media platform, the social space. And then we'll see how we can actually build that interpersonal skill. Some of us, we are natural introverts, but through social media platforms, you will become an extrovert. They won't see your face. They won't see you smiling. They won't see your ugly face, but they will be seeing the quality of your work. And that's what social media networking and social competence gives you. And finally, like I said in my outline, we'll look at those key mistakes and success criteria for personal brand management. Awesome. Awesome. I can see a lot of people making comments. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Now, let's quickly do this. I love doing icebreaker. I like to break the ice. Let's come out of our shell and let's interact. Now, look at this question on the screen. If your personal brand were a bag, maybe a backpack, a purse, a toolbox, anything that is used to pack things, What three things would be inside it and why? Mention three things that will be inside that bag that represents your personal brand. Mention the three things that will be inside and just give me a short explanation of why those three things will be inside. And for those joining us on Facebook, I'm aware that we are live streaming on Facebook, if I'm not mistaken. You're welcome. Please keep your comments coming in on the platform also. I'm sure the moderators will be there to capture your questions. All right, I'm now in the chat box. Tenacity, sir. Okay. Please tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why. Just put a short why in front of it. I love it when it's engaging. Chibuke, I'm right, about the extrovertedness. Yes, so very important. It helps us, the introverts, people like me, to become extroverts. You won't relent until I go where I'm heading. Awesome, sir. Okay, I can see some intentionality here. Very important. Consistency, shalom. Awesome. Please give me a why. Give me a why. Idowu, determination. Okay, originality, consistency. Okay. Okay. Character, competence, and compassion. Beatrice, thank you. You gave me the 3 points at once without giving me one by one. Awesome. Thank you. Yes, Victoria. Wow, this chat is moving so fast. A credit card because Victoria, why now? Money. Money on transaction. Okay, a laptop because my whole work is online. Wow. So money will represent your brand. Problem? Commitment, Mubarak. Okay, I can see more comment. Philip, diligence, excellence, and consistency. Okay. Visibility, durability. All right, you're welcome. You're welcome. Ukufit, you're welcome. We've seen you. Okay, perfection, Mohammed. Okay. Consistency is required to further and to drive you. Shalom. Awesome comments. Can we see how deliberate we are in making sure that we have the right tools, the right things in that bag? And that's the way your personal brand should be. You don't just put everything, irrelevant things in the bag. You have the opportunity of putting three things in there. And you have picked those things that are very important to you. And that is the way personal brand should be seen. You need to be very intentional and deliberate in the selection of what you carry. All the brand elements that represent you. You need to be very strategic, very intentional, and very deliberate about it. I can see lots of comments coming in. Please put them down. Also write them down somewhere in your notepad. It will really help you so that you become deliberate. You become deliberate. And I purposely brought this out. And I'm loving the interaction. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm loving the feedback. So please, we are going to discuss about this personal brand. And we're going to build more into this bag that we have, this personal brand bag that we have, those specific things that should be in that bag, and things that are not necessary, we put them away. We're going to put them away. Apologies in case I'm speaking too fast. I can be very fast sometimes, but I'm trying to caution myself also to slow down. Okay, I'm seeing a very detailed response. Abdullah, wow, awesome. Business cards representing networking and connections. These cards would symbolize your professional identity and how you present yourself to the world. Please, let's give Abdullah a virtual clap, please. It's very detailed, very detailed. I can see you as a content creator already. Awesome. And I hope we are not using, let's not use ChatGPT. Let's not use ChatGPT because that's made branding now very easy. Okay, a journal or notebook. This would represent your thoughts, ideas, and reflection. Okay, interesting. And finally, wow, why is this thing moving so fast? Okay, a unique personal item. I'm seeing something here. Awesome. Yes. I know some people are laughing because of my ChatGPT comments. Very important. People now use it to do all sort of magic on LinkedIn. But we're going to discuss more on that. All right, let's move on. Thank you so much. Thank you for the comment. I'm loving the interaction. I'm loving it. Now let's look at what personal brand is. And I know some of us we already have a good knowledge of what some of these concepts. But let's just do some conceptual framework. And trust me, you may know the definitions, but the approach or the interpretation of this particular definition may come differently. So please be open-minded. It's an avenue for us to unlearn, relearn, and learn new things. So please, let's be open-minded. Don't be too closed up that, oh, I already know this definition before. A personal brand is the unique and consistent image. And I saw a lot of people wrote consistency as part of the item they will have in their bag. Can we see the correlation? Very important, consistency. The unique and consistent image or perception that you as an individual will cultivate and present to the world. So there is something unique about you that you must showcase, and that's what makes a personal brand. So what you want to start thinking now is, what is that unique image that I have? Am I a pedagogy teacher? Pedagogy in learning and development is learning, training for the children, for younger ones, or the andragogy style of learning for adults learning. Which part do you belong to? And then what is the specific field that you currently position or you focus on? That is the image that you want to showcase to the outside world. If you check my profile today, all my journey for the last 9 years has been learning and development. I deliberately decided to be consistent with it. I know learning and development is under the field of human resource management, so I decided to go for my professional qualification in CIPM in HR, but still within the scope of capacity building, learning and development, consistency. So that if anybody is looking for learning and development professional, specialist, instructional designer, I am always at the top part of the search because of the consistency. So they are not they are not carried away with, oh, where does it belong to? Is it HR? Is it learning and development? Is it marketing? And trust me, I had a background in marketing. My first degree is in marketing. But I knew from secondary school that I am going to focus on the training part of marketing. I was not interested in practicing marketing. My interest was strictly on the training part of marketing. And please, I know network can be very annoying sometimes. Please just put in the chat box if you can still hear me loud and clear. Just type clear. Just type clear. Just type clear in the chat. Let me be sure that I'm still loud and clear. Yes, from high school. Awesome. Thank you. Yes, from high school. I started taking tutorials and I built that passion for learning and development. And then somebody told me when I was leaving secondary school, she said, Ebu, if you don't go into lecturing or anything training related, you will not be fulfilled. Because they've seen some of the qualities, the characteristics of that learning and development. It's an image, and you want to showcase it to the outside world. Thank you, Bright Amobi. Thank you. Lending a helping hand. Awesome. So you have to be consistent about it also. And that's what makes your brand. You will not see Coca-Cola talking about maybe powdered things. No, they have to be consistent. They will give you different variants of drinks because of that particular brand. Consistent. We will not go into brand extension where you now start to diversify into other areas. But for you as a person, consistency is important. And that's what you want to actually present to the world. And it will encompass some kind of values, expertise, and personality. Very important. Now look at the second one. Personal branding is a strategy of establishing and promoting you. It's a strategy. So if you want to promote yourself, you want to promote your career, you want to promote your expertise, personal branding is a strategy. If you're a content creator and you want to promote that quality, you have to brand that particular expertise of yours. So it includes your career, your field, your work, your skills, your experience. When I spoke to a friend of mine in my previous employer, the guy does a lot of things and he's very good. He does research, he writes things. And I told him, see, some of the opportunities I've had, they are from LinkedIn. So start putting your write-ups. You are good with research. Don't just be doing it for educational purpose. Start using it also to promote yourself. Do some interesting write-up. And trust me, if you go to that guy's LinkedIn page, wow. When he posts his write-up, I'll be like, wow, there is something unique about the way he articulates his thoughts. And very special. And trust me, that kind of person is open to various opportunities. Trust me, in learning and development, we call some people instructional designer today. And what they do mostly is about doing research, curriculum development, building instructional materials, learning materials, and it's about content. They can be a content manager for organizations, for other brands, for themselves. Can you see the kind of opportunities that you are creating just by doing some very interesting write-up? So it's about you. It's a strategy to promote you as a person. That's personal branding. And trust me, it can lead to career advancements. My speed in career, the way I've grown today is as a result of personal branding. It's as a result of the way I've positioned myself. I don't do a lot of write-ups, but the way I have articulated my skill areas on some of these social media platforms, LinkedIn to be precise, when you're searching for learner development or you're searching for instructional designer or you're searching for facilitator, I should be at the top part of the search button because of the way I have been able to put some specific taglines that speaks to what I do and is consistent. So it can lead to career advancement, increase your network and productivity. So this is all about personal branding, and we're going to really do a lot of that. Awesome. Thank you, Mubarak. Thank you. And I know I have some of the students on the call also. Trust me, over time, you can be modifying your brand. We call something brand modification or product modification. You know, sometimes when a product is not satisfying to the public, they take it back to the factory and then they modify it. And then it comes back to you as Samsung Pro Max. And then you think it's a new. There's just a little bit of modification. And they just changed one of the specifications. And then it satisfies another type of market. So you can modify your brand as a student. There are some things that speaks to what you do in school. Before I built all of these experiences, trust me, if you go to my LinkedIn profile, what you will see at that time were some of my volunteering activities in school. I was the general secretary of the Association of Marketing Students at that time. And I had it there. And I was able to also describe what I did there, taking records, book record keeping, and all of that, just to show my professionalism in that space. So over time, I started modifying it. So you will take off what is not needed anymore after building new experiences, and then you impute the new level of experience. So as a student, you can also start building that profile. Yes, I can see a 300 level student that have just introduced himself. So you can build that profile even as a student. So it's very, very important that you start promoting yourself even from now. And trust me, there are few people that are monitoring. They want to see the growth process. They want to see your creativity. And trust me, some organizations, I'm speaking from the HR perspective now. Some organizations are looking for some creative people that will come into the system and become creative, become innovative. And it comes from how you profile yourself on some of these social media platforms. And then they're able to be, oh, this person is very creative in his writings, in his comments, very creative thoughts. And then they're able to groom you. Okay, let's move on. All right, let's look at some of these brands. Tell me, apart from the ones that we have their names, tell me some of the brands that we have on this screen, both in terms of corporate and personal. Who are the people you can identify here? Quickly. Let's have it. Apple, okay. Dangote, awesome. Okay. Nike, yes. Dangote, yes. Amazon, Nike. I was expecting Netflix because I know some of us will watch movies a lot. Okay, Netflix is now coming in. Serena Williams, CR7. I know some of the Messi fans will not mention CR7. They'll be angry. Okay, Obama, yes. I've not seen the Serena Williams. Who is this person on the bottom right? Oprah Winfrey, yes. Awesome. Can we see how these people, and we're able to identify them without writing their name? You're able to identify them through their image, their picture, and we're going to look at that briefly very soon, so that people be able to also identify you based on your headshots. Some of these people, there are things that we attribute to them in terms of branding, both corporate and in terms of personal brand. But I just want us to look at these two things, that branding is not just attributed to corporate organizations alone. It also speaks to you as a person. And very soon, I want to start seeing Shigoze on this right-hand side. I want to see Abibulai. I want to see Jerry. I want to see Olakpere, Aperi. I want to see every one of you also as a brand that people use also for sessions like this. I want to see everybody on this call being used as a brand that speaks volume. Fumilayo, Daniel, I want to see Oidamola on this screen as a brand. And I know we're already building that from this very moment. All right, let's move on quickly. Please confirm that you're still with me. Just type, I am with you. I am with you in the chat. I am with you. Just type, I am with you. Just type, I am with you. Okay, awesome. Unisa is with me. Stella is with me. Okay, awesome. I have a lot of people that are still with me. I'm not alone. Interesting. Let's move on. Okay, now it's time to build the business of you. Don't forget, the plan, the purpose is to promote. It's a strategy of promoting you. You as a product, you as a business. For those that just joined, I mentioned earlier on that please don't just see a product as those things that you buy. Don't see them as those tangible things, those intangible services that are offered. No, it goes beyond that. You as a person, you are a product. All those politicians are products. They sell them, they publicize them, and then they tell us that manifesto what they can do, and then we buy them by paying for with our votes. Yes, don't be surprised. I can see a surprise face. So you as a person, you are a product. You are a product. Very, very important. You are a product, and you need to promote yourself. Okay, so now let's go into the business of building the business of you and the brand called you. All right. Now I will start with this. Very, very important. Very, very important. Very, very important. Elevate your personal brand with a professional headshot. Very, very important. We need to start from there. Very, very important. This is my own professional headshot. And I must tell you, a company actually paid for this. A company I work for actually decided to build everybody in the system as a brand so that we can be able to complement the organizational brand also. So they called everybody, all staff, to come for a professional headshot because they understand the importance of personal branding and how it can complement the business. So this was sponsored and handled by a corporate organization. So if an organization can see the importance, what stops you as a person that loves yourself to build your professional brand by having a professional headshot? And that professional headshot is more than just a photo. Trust me, it is more than just, it's a digital handshake. It's the first impression that you create in the mind of people when they see you or they see your page. Very, very important. And it will communicate a lot of things in the mind of people. It will communicate professionalism, confidence, and it will also leave a lasting impression. So people don't, I see some LinkedIn profiles and I'll be like, okay, I will see some pictures and they are just looking so unprofessional. The background is distracting. It's not going to help. It's not going to help. So we need to start by building a professional brand with a professional headshot. And it's a virtual signature. And it highlights the unique value as a top contributor in your field. So your headshot is your professional handshake in the digital world. Make it firm, professional, and memorable. Let people, when I uploaded this picture, I had a lot of comments. A lot of comments like, wow, this is looking good. Wow, and it came with a lot of editing. Trust me. You can see my real picture here and the headshots. Is it the same? Is it looking different? Am I fine now? Or okay, thank you, Mubarak, thank you, awesome, thank you. So it's come with a lot of editing, but because we want to show that professionalism, please don't over edit it. I did an event recently, and the photographer said, "Oh, I will not be able to edit it too much, so that when you go for maybe visa, whatever, they will not say that, I know this person in this picture is different from you." I know. So please be careful with your editing. Don't overfind yourself. Please. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that. I can see comments coming in. Okay. But very important. You also want to create that lasting impression in the mind of people, and it is positioning. People position their product with some kind of brand elements, brand color, packaging style, so that people will be able to see them and recognize them from afar. Have you had situations whereby you say you want to buy noodles but you go there, you're not interested in Indomie, but because Indomie has been able to build a brand in your mind, then you go to the shop and what you want to buy, you just say, I want to buy Chiki Indomie. It's because of the way they have positioned the product in the mind of the people. And that's the same way you want to position yourself in the mind of people that are interested in what you offer. They're interested in what you offer. So your professional effort is very, very important. Don't just look down on it. I know sometimes because of cost, financial implication, people don't want to go there. No, not ChatGPT editing. Not ChatGPT editing. This is a photo shoot session editing. Yeah, please, please. Okay, very important. Very, very important. So your headshot speaks volume, and trust me, some recruiters will go to your page, and because of your headshot, they want to read more about you. They will look at who is this professional person looking. And like, trust me, when I was taking this picture, there were a lot of insights. Oh, stand this way. This one shows leadership. And because of my role, I lead a team. I also need to complement my role with my professional headshots. So we have different positions. So people had their hand crossed this way. So people had their hand this way. It gives a different impression in the mind of people. So your role will complement, your headshot will complement what you do and your professional level at that moment. So very important. Very, very important. And when you are doing this, please do it with somebody that understands professionalism and be able to give you the right guidance on your standing style, how you position yourself. Let's move on. Let's move on. Now look at this also. Now we have taken a professional headshot. Now we want to start uploading them on some of these platforms. And this is where we do some cropping. We do some cropping. And we need to understand what some of these close-up crops actually signifies. And this is what I've been able to highlight in here for us to actually be able to understand. Even when we take the picture, we need to do some other elements. Can you see how this big picture has been captured here? And this is very good for LinkedIn profiles. Ideal for professional branding. It ensures uniform and polished team representation. Speaks bios and panel. It takes you closer and without having any distractions. And it highlights your facial expression. Creates how sharp you are, how the professional look that you carry. Formal appearance. So we must understand all of these elements when we're actually applying them. So sometimes we take picture and you will see some of us, our head is cut off. We are not even understanding some. And it taught me this little detail. There's a course we take where I currently work. We call it attention to detail. It's a course on its own. Attention to detail. And I trust me, there are some recruiters, there are some investors, people that are very attentive to some of these little things. They want to see your position. So when you come into the system, how intentional and how careful will you be when you're actually also putting things in the right context? So when you're copying also is very, very important. Very, very important. And this is a close-up copy. And it's very good for LinkedIn profile. Ideal for professional branding. Very, very ideal for professional branding. Now let's look at another one. This is a wider cropping. Now you can see that I've taken it further again. So for some of us that want to maybe want to do banners, brochures, advertisements, this actually will give some kind of a different kind of brand identity. We'll be able to incorporate some subtle body language, gesture, an additional negative space, allowing more flexibility for creative uses. Creative designers will be able to actually put some other things, maybe around that particular space that you're having. Very, very important. So some of us will be branding ourselves through social media platforms, through events, through websites, through brochures, through flyers. These are some of the things I want to take note of when we're actually using our picture, our headshots professionally. I hope I'm making sense. Please let me go to the chat box. Let me know if I'm making sense. No wonder I love headshots. Okay? No, I love that. Oh, you had to share your LinkedIn before. Okay. Interesting. Awesome. Thank you. I'm loving this. All right, let's move on quickly. Now look at some of these things. I've just done an anatomy of your headshots, and it will The space above your head will leave a small amount of space above the head. Avoid cutting off the top of the head or leaving too much empty space. I see a lot of pictures and I'll be asking the photographer, wait, what are you using with this empty space up here? Do you want to sell it? I don't know if you've observed that before also. And people do that a lot. So please avoid cutting off the top head and also avoid leaving too much empty space. Occupy. The Bible says occupy till I come. So occupy the space also, but don't cut off the head. Then opt for medium cropped head and shoulders. Ensure the face is centered and occupies most of the frame if possible. Very, very important. And then balance your composition with some negative space around shoulders and side. Ensure the focus remains on the face. Very, very important. And very important, very, very important. This is very important. This last part on the top, bottom right. The background. Keep the background clean and neutral. Some of us, we have distractions in our background. And then it discourages people from identifying us, our brand, as a person. They will not be able to see you. What they are seeing is everything that is written behind you. What they want to see is you. So let your background be clean and neutral. So if you have noise, sometimes we call them noise, distractions. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you for that comment. When you see some of these distractions, it makes them not to be able to see you, and then you'll be asking yourself, am I not doing enough of branding? Am I not showcasing myself enough? Because we are distracting people. Trust me, on this call also, I had to use this backdrop, and I love it because it doesn't have too many information. You just add Rehoboth Dream solid foundation. Simple. Some backdrops, we have a lot of logos, and then you see people, they are not seeing me. What they are looking at is the logo, and they are not even listening to me. They are distracted, they are carried away. So, very, very important. Keep your background clean and neutral. Very, very important. Dennis, not just anatomy in medical school. Yes, there is anatomy everywhere. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, let's move on. Now look at this. So I haven't done that. Now it's time for you to go ahead, go to your LinkedIn page and upload that profile, that headshot that you have cropped, you have edited, you have removed all the background noise, and you have made it clean and clear. And then just go ahead and upload. So I've just created this little description for you to know how to actually just go ahead and upload your photo. Please, you can do this quickly. I'll just give you 2 minutes, or you can just take a snapshot of it so you can keep it on how you can actually change your. I have just less than 20 minutes left. Okay. So please take note of this. This is for LinkedIn. This is for workplace. And I'm deliberate about the tools or the platforms I am selecting. These are professional platforms. Trust me, professional. LinkedIn, very important, is at the top of my list. LinkedIn. And then Google Workplace. Some of us, what we have on LinkedIn is even for what we have on Google Workplace. So when you send an email to people, they will not be looking at a picture of you dancing or a picture of you at a wedding ceremony that you took one fine picture and you thought, oh, this is beautiful, and then you think it's professional. It is not. What they are seeing is noise. They are seeing people dancing in the background. They are seeing cake. They are seeing rice and Coke, Fanta, and they'll be like, okay, what is this? Trust me, they are not seeing you. What they are seeing are all those other elements at the background. So we get a lot of distractions. So I'm very deliberate about these platforms. So please, your picture should be consistent. Consistency, I've not even mentioned that. Consistency across all these platforms. And then I'm deliberate about these platforms. Your email profile picture is very key. When you send an email, either for an interview, for connection, for anything, let them see professionalism also there. Very, very important. Very, very important. So this is also a snapshot of it may be a network. Thank you, Jerry. So this is also very important. And this is a professional platform. Google Workplace, your email, all those Google accounts that you have, Google My Business for entrepreneurs, have a good professional outlook on your Google Workplace. And this is just how you can go about that. Yes, very important. Email. And then we have for Zoom also, very, very important. You may be joining some networking sessions like what we are having here. A professional outlook. Some recruiters may be on this call and they are just attracted by your professional outlook. Like, oh, who is this professional person? When I joined, I noticed my Zoom wasn't showing my picture. I had to quickly edit it. No, I can't be talking about branding. And my profile picture is not there. I had to quickly edit it for consistency. So Zoom also very important. Have your profile picture on your Zoom platform, on your Zoom account. And this is just how you can actually quickly do that on both your desktop and web. Very, very important. Very, very important. So wherever you have opportunity of showcasing yourself, either in a webinar, in a program, you have everything that you need to actually do that and be able to build that brand. That's very, very important. All right. And then Facebook. Facebook for me is quite informal. Maybe for entrepreneurs. You can have your profile there. I hardly use Facebook for professional settings. Concentration is more on your LinkedIn, and then Twitter also. Trust me, if I want to test character of people on this call, I will go to Twitter. All the people that you have dragged, if I want to test Abdullah's character, I will go to Twitter. All the people that Abdullah has dragged, all the people that you have lambasted and all the dragging. Yes, X, thank you. I would know your character from there. And that is you love X, right? That means you love dragging people. you know? And trust me, recruiters do that also. I want to know your character. I will just go there. Let me see the things you post. Let me see the people, how you drag people. Oh, is this how you're going to be dragging people? Is that the brand you represent? Trust me. Character of people, or you want to change perception, customer service, go to the X platform, Twitter. Casted, right? If you want to change customer service, go to Twitter. You'll be able to really adjust, because once there is a bad service, that's where they will go and post it. They will go and post it there that, hey, yes, they have not paid, they deducted my money from my account. Okay, thank you, Abdul Basit, for removing the noise on your LinkedIn profile. And awesome, well done. I can see we are already making impacts. So the health platform is, for me, I test people's character there as an HR person. I go there and I want to see, okay, what are those things that you post? And we're going to talk about that briefly very soon. So you can be careful also. It's part of your brand elements, your communication, because it's part of your values. Very, very important. Okay, now look at this. Look at this. What your profile should look like across all of these platforms. And this is mine, across all the platforms. Of course, Tosin, cash cruise, don't worry, cash cruise. Consistency. So on my Slack channel for internal communication in the organization, I have my profile picture there. On my LinkedIn, I have my profile picture there, well captured. On my Google Workplace, I have it there. On my Zoom account, I have it there. Can you see the consistency? And makes it beautiful. So wherever anybody that wants to see your brand, any platform they go to, they want to see the consistency. They want to know how deliberate. WhatsApp, Dennis, I just got married. So I have my beautiful wife on my WhatsApp platform, and it is mine. Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yes. Okay. So consistency. And then, very important, which I will just talk briefly, your headline. Let it capture what you do. I am in the learner development space. So if you look at my headline, it's all about learning, training. So if you are searching for learning professionals, I will always pop out one way or the other. One way or the other. Very, very important. Thank you. Thank you, Rejoice. I can see a lot of comments coming in. Consistency. So instructional designer is in the field of learner development. Learner experience designer, learner development specialist, program manager, XPWC, L&D to showcase my background in terms of brands that I have worked with also. PwC, MTN, McTay, other brands that I've worked with. So it makes your brand, and trust me, and that is how we leverage on other brands also to build our own personal brand. And then your workplace email also, we have this image. Your Zoom account should have the same image. So it shows that consistently. So anywhere they are searching for you as a product, they are able to see you still remaining professional in all those spaces. Very, very important. All right. All right. Thank you, Favor. I love that. I love that. Also, all right, let's move on quickly. Because of time, I have just less than 12 minutes more. Okay, now look at this personal brand management, some etiquette that we must actually be. And I've mentioned some of this earlier on. People tend to be more uncivil in virtual space than in physical states. If you go to Facebook chat, Instagram, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, and other chat room, you make unhealthy comments. Please be very careful because of the brand that you are building. Because of the brand that you are building. We have had people before that handles the social media platforms of organizations. And you see people say some things and you'll be pushed to want to give it to them back odds, especially on Twitter. But because of the organization that you represent, you will also be very kind and always be customer friendly. Customer centric mindset will come in. And then you are always trying to just offer customer service. If it was normal you would have dragged them a lot. Thank you, Ebunoluwa. Due to previous statements, yes, he wasn't given a post. He was surprisingly how did they're digging. Social media does not forget to. It will always be there. So we need to be civilized. So, write a search for you. They will see all those things. It will come out. Things you post. Recently, I had to go to my Instagram. I was archiving a lot of things. This one is not necessary again. This one, no. I'm already building. I've gotten to another stage in my career that I need to actually build another kind of profile. I need to build another kind of profile. So I need to be careful about your comments, about your posts. Very important. Likes, shares, follow, and presence online. Very, very important. It can make or mar your career. Your virtual image also is even considered more crucial in this digital age. Your virtual image is very, very important. Very, very important, please. If you can trace some of those bad comments you have made, please go and retract them or delete them. Very important, please. I've had cases a lot about it also. People make posts and because of that, they were not given that job. It happens, trust me. It happens. It leaves a footprint of who we are, and this will matter when we are being considered for a major appointment position or role, and can go a long way to define your personal brand online. Very, very important. Very, very important. And I'm sure I have a lot. I was told that there will still be some follow-up sessions where they will support you practically on how we can build this profile. I will hope by God's grace, I will hope to also volunteer to actually help with this. Now, look at this. These are just different platforms that you can choose for personal brand. Like I said, LinkedIn is very, very important. So I've emphasized some of these things earlier on, but I just want us to look at some of those social media platforms and then be able to actually start building that professional outlook on LinkedIn. Instagram, majorly for photos and entrepreneurs. If you want to build your brand, apologies, sincere apologies. I think I'm back now. Can we still hear me? Okay, awesome. This network wants to spoil my brand. I won't allow it. Okay. Let me go back to my slide quickly. I can see some people laughing. I cannot allow network to spoil my brand. Very important. Okay. Are we good to go? Can we continue? We have just a few minutes left. Can we continue? Just type good to go. Just type good to go. Good to go. Good to go. I have just 7 minutes. Imo, don't worry. Don't worry about the brand of network. Okay, good to go. Good to go. Let's just quickly wrap this up. Now, tips for branding on LinkedIn. Update your profile picture. We've mentioned that earlier. Very important, please. Very, very key. Contribute something of value to your target audience. Now, the question is, would you watch a TV station that is always self-promoting or adverts? or would you rather prefer content that is educational? I'm sure majority of us will want something, content that is educational, entertaining. Very important. So please always contribute something of value. And ChatGPT has made it very easy for us. With ChatGPT, you can build content. Just give it a prompt response. Just give it what you want. It will build it up. And please, when ChatGPT gives you the content, edit. Edit. I heard of somebody that sent a mail to HR department sometime recently, and he just copied it from ChatGPT and just sent it, and then ChatGPT puts in brackets name. All those things that ChatGPT will tell you to impute. All those things, they were in the mail, and I was wondering, Abba. So please edit. Lazy work, right? Divine, thank you. Edit, very necessary. Editing, ChatGPT will help you and give it the right prompts. Give it the right prompts. And trust me, you will get the best output. Let's Pro Max. Yes, so all right. Avoid links, and that's the algorithm with ChatGPT. When there's a link that takes you off the page, it will not, it will penalize the reach. So please avoid touching links and then post regularly. Post regularly. I'm also guilty of that. I try to be consistent in my posting. As much as I don't want it to be too much, also, I don't like it when you're bombarding people with too much posts. But be very strategic. So that people know that okay, on Mondays, they come to see this particular information comes from you every Monday. Comes from you every Monday. On Wednesdays, oh, this particular information comes from you. They'll be looking out for you. So you have been able to build a social media plan, and then they were able to track you, and you see that you have a lot of followers because you have been able to build some consistency across board, and they're able to actually follow you regularly. And then connect on personal level and keep it professional, please. Keep it very professional. Be authentic. Be professional in your connection. And one thing that people they make mistake on is that they when you are connecting, you will now use the automated text of LinkedIn. Are we aware of that? That LinkedIn will help you create some automated text, and then you will just use that one to connect. You're not being intentional. Recoin it. Make the person feel that you are deliberate about this connection. Just what I mean, you're antisocial, yes. And that's why I said that ChatGPT has really made it very easy. Some of us, we are not good with writing, but trust me, ChatGPT will help you out and be able to build that particular content creation. And also, over time, you're able to build a plan for yourself. That's what I mentioned. There are some organizations today that on Mondays, they do as motivational posts. And I have a friend on this call also. I noticed recently on Mondays, I see him post motivations. So some of them, they just post motivations on Monday. On Wednesday, maybe they are posting about a career path or a field or their field offline. You have been able to build a plan. So Mondays is just on motivation. Wednesdays is going to be about my field of career. And then you're able to build something about learning and development for me as an instance. So in learning and development, there are so many concepts. So what I also do is I pick those concepts one by one. I want to talk about today. I want to talk about breakout role. I want to talk about brainstorming. I want to talk about train the trainer. I want to talk about different concepts in training. So I'm able to actually build a storyline. And HR people, learning and development people will be able to follow the consistency of what I'm displaying. There was a time we had a football match. And after that football match, I was the goal scorer. And what I did with that post, I just took my post of myself on the field and I posted a content on learning games. In training, when the energy level is dropping, we try to adopt energizer using games so everybody will be involved. Then I posted a learning game and I used that story of me being the goal scorer to start off the story and then ended with the importance of learning game in every training session. You can see there are so many events around you, trust me, that you can build content from. And it will be a foundation of what you want to write and you're able to build on it. Important, very, very important. And then create engaging contents. Avoid. Don't lie. This is now very common on LinkedIn. People lie a lot. Hey? And you'll be some of us will now become intimidated. That it means I don't have career, or it seems I'm not growing professionally. Because people lie a lot now on the professional social media platform. A lot of lies. Thou shalt not lie. Yes. But please don't lie. So that when they come for you, you'll be able to defend what you have written about yourself or what you do. Please don't lie. And don't use anything other than a professional looking photo. I've mentioned this earlier on, and we can overemphasize that. Don't use a picture of your wedding ceremony that you attended, or a naming ceremony, or you're dancing in church. Don't use it on a professional space, please. It's fine. Yes, I know. Go and put it on Instagram, where we have different pictures. But on LinkedIn, on Google Workplace, please be professional. Be very, very professional. Don't send an invitation using LinkedIn default text. I've mentioned this earlier on. There is a default text. I would like to connect with you. Make it deliberate, especially when it's a professional body or a professional person. Make it very deliberate. It will, trust me, that person will see it in a different context. That, okay, I love the approach. This person is intentional about this connection. This person did not just see me and just click on connect. Don't leave your LinkedIn profile incomplete, please. Don't leave it incomplete. Don't ask people who don't know you to write recommendations for you. And this is very important. On my LinkedIn page today, I have about, I think, 3 recommendations. And these are people that knows me. I've worked with them, so they know what I've done. And this is very good. It will also help your brand. Seek recommendation from people that know you. Trust me. Some recruiters or some business investors will go there and want to see those recommendations. You can request recommendations on LinkedIn. So please seek from people that you have worked with, that knows you, that trust you. And trust me, it will be there on your page. And it will help boost your profile. All right, thank you. I think that's the end of this conversation. And then we can rub minds and then discuss some other questions as we progress. I don't know if I've been able to make some sense. I'll make sense out of a whole nonsense I've been saying ever since. Hi, Edison, over to you, please.
Oh, thank you so much. I enjoyed myself, and I'm sure every other person on the call must have, noted one or two mistakes that, that is probably particular to them. With these individual mistakes are peculiar, and and we'll probably be able to address it individually. I can see the comments buzzing in and all of that. Please, you can use the Q&A box for your questions so that we can pick some of these questions. We'll be out of this place in no time. And just like he said he's promising to join the follow-up session, and that would be great. That way you can have hands-on experience and the likes. We are going to communicate that we cannot. The session is not going to be for everybody. We are going to streamline so that it can be very engaging, and the criteria we're definitely going to use, it's open. We are going to try and see those who stayed long and the likes. For those that are asking about, a lot of people are asking for a slide. I can understand why. We'll share it with you all, and then we're also going to give you the link to be able to watch the webinar again. Yeah, the recordings. So thank you so much. We can just go straight to the Q&A. Then maybe when we take one or two while you take a rest, then we can take the quiz. The quiz is not really a question relating to the webinar per se. It's just so that we can have a computerized answer for the referrals, right? So that it is very easy. By the end of as soon as we end the webinar, we'll be able to know who the winner of the giveaway prize is. And then I'll come back after you to talk to the students amongst us who probably applied for this scholarship. If you don't know what the Robots Dream Solid Foundation is really set up for, I'm going to talk about that briefly. So we're going to take the Q&A session because I know a lot of questions are there. Do you want to navigate it from your end, or I should ask the questions?
Okay. I can see some in the question and answer session.
Yes.
Okay.
So the rest of them I can pick from Facebook. Yeah, I
Oh,
can pick
okay,
from
okay,
Facebook
okay.
and
Let's
then
take the one on this
drop
platform.
there
Then we take
for
the one
on
from
their
Facebook.
behalf.
That's fine. All right. So as a final year student, I'm planning to publish my project topics. How can I collaborate with other authors within and outside the nation using LinkedIn? Hmm. Abibullah, please be careful about your publication. Sometimes as undergraduate at the undergraduate level, you will need the permission of your supervisor to actually publish. Because sometimes they themselves they want to maybe publish with you. So you may want to leverage the opportunity of maybe co-publishing. When I wrote my project also for BSc, I know my supervisor was interested in it and he requested that let's publish it together. So please, you need to actually make findings. However, you can build a kind of manuscripts, or a abridged version of that project, and then you can actually be able to collaborate with other authors within outside the nation. And there are so many platforms that you can use, so many publishing platforms. I know of academia, which I've also used before, and I would also suggest that you also seek. And for professionals, and if you're looking at going to academics, please try to go for a publishing company whereby you can have a published journal. It will really help you your professional growth. Trust me, trust me. If I had the opportunity of doing that, I would have done a lot of this. And if you're aspiring to go for PhD like myself, trust me, you will need some of these published journals. But for on LinkedIn, I've not really explored it very well. But we can make some research, and then I can also share some feedback as we continue to connect via this community. So I'm like, please take note of that. You can also leverage on your supervisor's collaboration to get it published. Like I say, Anonymous talking about Pinterest. I'm not a Pinterest fan. I focus more on the professional setting, in terms of LinkedIn and then Google Workplace and other platforms. So I may not be able to really do justice to the Pinterest platform for branding. For branding. TikTok. A lot of people use it for social activities today. Trust me. If you're looking at professional, I always encourage those ones I've really mentioned. You see a lot of people that have bastardized the use of some of these platforms. So you will see the professionals going there to search for you. If they want to have fun or they want to just make fun of things, they go there to just laugh and do things. But if they are looking for professional things, trust me, they know where they go to. And we must be able to put ourselves there first. Trust me. Trust me. So please, this is where you know your target audience will find you. That's where you should build. You see a lot of people doing some videos, dancing videos, entertainment on TikTok today, and even on Instagram. So try to build yourself, put yourself where you know those professionals will be. Trust me, very, very important. Is it possible to apologize for rude or unprofessional posts online if you are unable to delete all? Yes, you can, at least to leverage and to reduce the negative impacts on your profile. You can make it as discreet and as professional as possible, and also make it educational. Just you can actually, at least it will help you reduce the impact of whatever negative comment that you've made. Very, very important. This I don't want to. I didn't say. Okay. Below Kudirat, I don't think I understand the question. Okay, for verification on LinkedIn, I've had a lot of case issues with that also. The other IDs are not allowed, and I noticed that it's just a national passport, but we can keep exploring. And as we get new updates from that, we can share to this committee so that we can keep up with in maximizing the use. Um, So are we to avoid lying? But then what if someone does have a lot of professional experience? What should someone present or white that will speak of you and what you can do? Like I said, just don't lie. If you have a lot of experience, please articulate it and put it there. Very, very important. Very, very important. But what I do, things that are not necessary again, I take them off. I don't need my maybe secondary school activities. I've built new experiences so that I don't have too many things on the platform at once. So you can take off some old things that are not necessary again and then put some of those new experiences that you've gathered. Um, Yes, Utiman, I know that verification is also a key concern, and we'll keep exploring. And once we have update, we'll share with you in this community. Um, okay, Ruth said she got her own verification without international passport. Maybe Ruth can also share. Um, wow, a lot of questions, a lot of questions. Okay, Ilya. Um, okay, you didn't get the explanation of branding. What I understand about brand is more of pictures, logos, design, and that is unique to your business. Now, to you as a person, your comments, your communication style is also very, very important, please. Very, very important. Communication, your content also speaks. It go beyond just pictures and logo designs, please, for you as a person. And no, your LinkedIn account was restricted. Maybe during the practical session, we can actually look at this and see some of the reasons why it was restricted, and then be able to see how we can navigate and get it restored. What is the place of color, logo, and name? Yes, yes, I forgot to mention this. Now, for emails, I see a lot of people um your email address will be having think big or utilization and no filling at email at gmail.com. Please don't customize, especially for professional settings. Don't customize. Have it professional. I see a lot of customization, Dennisization, Dennis. So please make it professional. You can have the informal one, but have that professional one, please. Dennis.Raymond or Dennis Raymond, let it have your name. Very important. Some people actually take note of these things, please. I know a lot of people who are guilty of this. Please have it professional. Eboluwa.jidonu@gmail.com. Trust me, I used to have one funny one. I call it Skyweb. I don't know what Skyweb, what it has to do with me. And that was the days of humble beginning and little understanding. So please have it very, very professional, please. Very professional. And then color place. Yes, if you look at my slide, I try to attribute my color to the brand image of Rehoboth. So I want to also attribute, since I'm representing them on this call. So I had to use my purple design and all of that. I was very careful and consistent across all my slides. So when you're also doing that for maybe you're making a presentation, please represent your brand with that particular color. Be very deliberate about it. If you are not sure, please ask for the brand color and you'll be able to actually do some very good work with that. Ah, Oh, this is on Career Anonymous. I can see somebody in 200 level student studying physics with electronics, and you'll be doing your IT by the end of this level. You can't find your workspace of interest. How do you find my interest? I don't know if we have a session on career, but we want to dig deep on this career discussion. Trust me, your passion speaks volume when it comes to your career. Very, very important. Very, very important. And then you look at what works best for you, your personal attributes. How does it complement what you have passion for? Please don't go into what you don't have passion for, you don't have the skill for. You find it difficult to succeed. I enjoy talking, I enjoy interacting, and that's why you see me in learn and development. I can't do anything other than learning and development. I tried to do sales at some point. Trust me, I did it for 2 months, I ran away. Sales is talking now, Abby. But I said, no, this is not my calling. I had to go into the learning and development that I love to do. So please take note of that. Video, you're saying Skyweb K. Yes, so I had to use Skyweb. I was using for something funky. Something funky. Okay, can you use a mail like Said UAB graphics? Yes, yes. It speaks of, I know you're a graphic designer, if I'm not mistaken, Abdubakar. So please, you can. Yes, it carries something, a name and an image, and it represents you. If you ask me now what Skyweb means, nothing. Nothing I can attribute it to myself. I just love the funkiness of that name, and I used it. Very funny. Very funny. Um, is it possible to have like 3 professionalism on LinkedIn? See, for these ones, Abdul Fattah, for this one, I'm always very careful because when they search for you, you will not know where you belong. So please to start building that path now. Please start building that path now. Start looking at where your interest lies, where you have more strength. And that's why we all need to do SWOT analysis of ourselves. Know your strengths and know your weakness. It will help you position yourself well in times of career. SWOT is not just for business, it also applies to you. What is your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And then what are the opportunities around you that your strengths can exploit? And then what are the threats around? What is the Nigerian economy saying about that career path? What is the general economy providing as opportunity for that career path? Trust me, you'll be able to build a path for yourself. Because when they search for you now, they will not know where you belong. They'll be seeing engineering, designer, analyst. They will not know. So please try to start creating that path for yourself and then start building on it after you've made that decision. Very, very important.